I hope you're enjoying the course. This is the Cert 2, isn't it? No, I did when I came here and did mine. It wasn't all that long ago, probably 3 years ago or 4 years ago. So it's an extra unit on your Cert 2 to be able to handle a dog for security operations. It's a 2-day course here at Tactical. A lot of the time you'll find it gives you that confidence to have the backup and the dog next to you and check the alarm or do what you've got to do a bit easier, and it can definitely save your life if needed. Mostly Rottweilers, German Shepherds, Dobermans would be common when it comes to deterrent, or Malinois as well, which is the Belgium Shepherd. Probably more common these days in law enforcement because they're a bit more agile, longer service life, and overall healthier than the German Shepherd. But yeah, for security work, you know, big, mean and scary can be handy. When you're doing detection work, then of course you've got Golden Retrievers, Labradors, German Shepherds and all those other breeds as well. If I was doing like just sole detection or bomb detection, I may even have a Cocker Spaniel or something small that I can put down all your bags, say, hey, go guys, before you go anywhere, I need you to lay all your bags in a line, bring my Cocker Spaniel in, boom, he can find the bag that I want to check. Most people, I think in this industry, it starts as a passion and a hobby. You get good at it, you start helping people, you start doing more research and courses, and then you can start, you know, charging for your services and building a business and then training other people. James, you want to say anything, mate?
Hey guys, first of all, I'm James, nice to meet you all. I was literally in your shoes about 3 years ago. I was right here, Ryan came in, he gave a little speak, he had 3.5 years ago, sorry. Had his little puppy, just got it, piqued my interest, and then from here on, I've pretty much made a career from dogs. I went and did the course there. Now the course has changed so much and is so much better from now to where we do it and run our demonstrations versus how it was there. The course now that we provide, or Ryan provides for you guys, is very real world based. It actually puts you under a little bit of pressure. You guys have done all your scenarios, done a few scenarios here and there. Yeah, so very similar to that. We put you under the pressure, you're working around the noise, things like that. So if Ryan wants to go and get his puppy ready, he's going to do a little bit of scent work.
So it's just a little puppy, West German working line German Shepherd. So there's specific lines and bloodlines that I would use for the work that I'm doing as well. And I'm just going to teach him to give me a bit of attention, forget about the environment, don't worry about the people in here, nothing's going to scare you, mate. And I want to bring up a nice confident little dog so he doesn't have to worry when he goes into new environments for the first time and stuff. As you can see, he's pretty waggy of the tail, his ears are up, he's pretty alert, he's quite happy, he's trying to push for my attention, and every time he does, even though I'm talking to you, I try and give him some love back, so he knows where to come to if he has questions, right? So when he gives me attention, I'll switch him on and say, are you ready? He's pretty interested in this one over here. I just block it. Yeah, he likes coffee actually, this one. Okay, he gives me attention. I say, you ready, mate? You ready to work? Let's work. And then I just start feeding him. So that verbal cue can call his attention back and put him into a work mode. I want control of the dog's body mechanics, right? So I can, good boy. So I can actually create the behaviours that I want just with my wrist and my hand lure. So if I want sits, I can do that. If I want stands, I can do this. If I want drops, I can do this. If I want spins, I can do this. And I can shape and create behaviours. If I want him to sit in front of me, I can bring him in front. If I want him to the side of me, I can bring him to the side of me. So quite easy once you've got all that installed to the little pup, how you know how to steer and drive and create a mindset in the animal. All right. Good boy. So that's some basic puppy training that I'd be doing with my dog the day I get it. And look at the attention that he can give me and the attitude he can give me in a new environment around people he's never met. Good. It's all about just having fun and knowing how to talk to your dog, drive it, create behaviours. All right, so you might want to do a front guard where you might want to bring your dog in while it's barking at someone and have it in this position. So I'm going to reinforce that position, put a command to it. You might say centre, middle, centre, good boy, whatever you want to call it. Guard, right? Then you might put some barking on command. You tell him, Foran, go, Foran, go, boy, good boy. So he only just started the other week. Foran. Good, when he gives me a good one, I'll reward it. So that's something that I'll label, and then I can transfer if I'm doing security or something with him later. He talked about his toy rewards. Let's see. That's a boy. This is just like toy play, but if I get him interested in biting and pulling and winning it, swapping it for another one, they can be arms later on when you're doing your security training. All right, so he's normally a bit more interested, but I think he's quite hungry this morning because he skipped his breakfast. Foot on. Go. Foot on. Get it, buddy. Good boy. Come. There we go. And then I can call him, come. Put that with his food as well. So a recall straight off the bat from the little puppy. Get it. Come. Good boy. Go get it. Come. New obstacles, environments, going up to people. No one here minds about puppies. Right, get it. What's that? Ready? Get it. Come on, come. Train him probably about 15 minutes a day or so. Watch it, foot on. Watch your foot on. Watch your foot on. Get it. Come. So what I did just there, I'll do onto my security training later. Instead of a piece of food on the floor, it'll be a bad guy. Watch him. Watch him, buddy. Watch him. Get him. Come. See how I can put commands in? Watch him. Get him. As soon as he gets him, grabs it. So it's all just little things that I'm imprinting and installing into his little brain now as a puppy that I can transfer later into what I want to do. Yeah, so I intentionally threw food over to you guys to teach him ignore you. Go grab what he needs to get, do what he needs to do. These guys aren't a threat or anything of value to him either. And as soon as he gets what he needs, comes straight back to me. All right, so that's the socialisation that he gets. It's more social ignorance. It's more, don't worry about people. They're nothing more than a chair in this environment. But if I activate you on one of them, target acquisition, do your job, start barking, and all that sort of stuff. I don't want him coming up saying hi, trying to be mates with everyone. It's sort of against nature as a pack animal, and it's detrimental to what I want out of a dog in the end. I want to be able to walk into a room no matter where I go, and my dog's with me, not with everything else in the room. All right. Trying to just set up a scent tube. So he's very new to this. We just started a few days ago. So pretty easy. You can see how he likes his food because he's been raised to eat through training. So he eats 4 times a day. He trains 4 times a day. They usually go for a couple of minutes, just like you saw. That's literally his breakfast session. He'll do it again for lunch and dinner. And that's how he learns to work and to listen. So with this one, I'll give him to James. Take the dog. Inside this tube, there's many ways to do things, but we've just made this up from all the pieces at Bunnings. I've drilled holes in that blocker, and behind this cap, I have the scent, the drug, the bomb, the gunpowder. In this case, it's clove, herbs. And what we're going to do is teach him to indicate the scent by laying down. So if he was to go along and sniff your chairs, he would lay down and he would stare at you and say that's where it is. So I'm going to put his face in here. He's going to get his food at the source of the smell for laying down, putting his face in here as close as possible to the source. So it's literally a very easy process in the beginning. Of course, it gets more complex into the training side of it, but I'm just giving him a positive association with the smell that I want him to find. So he might eat dinner every night for a week, just like that. Okay, so I'll put him on the ground. I'll tell him, where is it, buddy? And I'll tell him, find it. Put him in a drop and start feeding, telling him he's a good boy. Good boy. Good boy. All right, super, mate. Good boy. Just drag him out. Good, free. And then I tell him, find it. Find it. Good boy. As soon as he lays down, good boy. Super, buddy. Good boy. Drag him out. Free. I'm building a lot of power to find that scent, to get to it as fast as possible. Where is it, buddy? Find it. It's a boy. Good boy. He lays down quicker and quicker each time. Good boy. Good boy. Free. Now there's nothing in there. Send him in, see what happens. Find it. All right, done. So that time I had no food, no lure, just drag him back and pick him up. But I used the training that you just saw. I said, find it. He shoved his head in and he laid down. Then I told him, yes, good boy. And he came out and grabbed a piece of food from my hand. So now he has to do something in order to get something, not just go and eat at the source. So I'm clarifying the job for him by saying, if you do that job, you'll get paid. Starts off with like a lure, lots and lots of payment, making him feel good that he just wants to do it. Then when he offers it, I can then indirectly pay him separately.
Okay, so this is Draxie here. I'm not going to tell Ryan where I hid the scent other than it's along this wall. Okay, I'll try and get out of the camera's way. Now another thing to keep in mind as well, dogs don't actually smell like we do. If I was to cook a stew, the dog would be able to smell everything in that stew. Be able to smell the stock, the beef.
Super, find it. Chip, that's a girl, good girl. Good.
So we can also speed up our scent detection work by cocktailing, we call it. So if I wanted to say teach multiple smells, let's say clove and marijuana, for example. I could put the two smells together and the dog would be able to separate the two.
Not a good idea to cocktail up explosives for your dog training. Do them separately. Even if I was to cocktail, if that was a mix of all the 7 narcotics I wanted, I would still test the dog individually as well. So yeah, that's Draxie. Sit. That's the mother of the little puppy you just saw. So she's been the last year being a mother and she hasn't had a lot of training or maintenance, but that's not too bad. She's come in the room, she's looked around, she's gone and she's switched into scent mode. But that's where that sort of, see the starting point to the end where she searches, she finds it, she locks on. I can't pull her off with the lead. She says it's definitely here. And then I say yes, with her word it's Chip. So see when I say that, that means she's mission accomplished, come and get paid. So physical, tactile, verbal, lay down, plutz, sits, plutz, Chip. And body language, so I could also give cues like that. Chip. So four languages I teach the dog to speak, to be able to sort of control them whether they're looking at me or not looking at me, or if they're slightly distracted, then I can come in with a bit of tactile communication if they can't hear me. So you really want to, like you saw it with the puppy, right? The first step was the body language. Bit of obedience, bit of scent work. We have a dog in the car if you want to see a bit of barking, if you've got time. Quick bark. All right, I'll just do some barking so you can see what they're like. So just switch her on. Just going to come through here, man.
Back that way.
No, my mate's in there, mate. That little fox, that wouldn't hurt a fly. So see how he can push me around a little bit with some pressure?
Back up. Back up.
Jeez, it's fucking, it's going to get me. It's going to get me. All right, I'm going. I'll see you later. I think you've got to be pretty drunk or silly to be putting your arm in there. But that's a good little example of some crowd control.